But I would say throughout my whole Christian life that was one of the times when I felt God the closest.
So you've got a new EP coming out,
Yeah.
Emski, and Mark's thrown up a question saying, how did you come up with the latest name for your EP, which is Friend in the Fire?
Yeah.
And so why don't you talk a little bit to that?
Yeah. So I think, so in lockdown, lockdown was just a horrible time for everyone, wasn't it? Horrible time. And along with that, in the April, so I think lockdown started in the March. In the April, I slipped a disc and was just in so much pain, and the kids were off school, and it was just an intense period to be in so much pain. Couldn't get through to the doctors, obviously. No, they weren't seeing anyone, so it was like trying to manage this pain and going from being someone who's like independent, who can do stuff for other people, to someone who was like needed pushing around at times in a wheelchair. Like, we went camping, didn't we, to Devon? I don't know, I was just determined to not let it ruin, so we somehow drove down to Devon, didn't we?
It was madness.
And I was in agony.
It was madness.
Went
when
camping.
You got that like rubbish wheelchair thing.
I felt bad about this, but we couldn't get a proper wheelchair, so the only one we had was one with flat tyres and
collapsible one in the
suspension.
church, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you dropped down a couple of curbs when I was pushing you down on that bad boy.
I definitely did.
But that was intense.
Just that kind of, even I having to say to Tom, I need the loo, and he had to wheel me to the loo, wait for me. It was just like, just a horrible time. And then it went on for 10 months in the end till I got the operation. But I just remember, so the Friend in the Fire thing for me, and how my faith kind of fit into it. There were times when I was like, I wasn't like, this will all just be wonderful in the end. We were praying for it to be healed, and I wasn't like instantly healed or anything. But I would say throughout my whole Christian life that was one of the times when I felt God the closest. Like, I just knew he was with me in it. And so when I was writing like these 5 tracks to go on it, all of them are kind of, I guess, tinged or influenced by that fact, the overriding fact that God is with me and he's close, and he's not, some people might feel like, oh, God's like looking onto this world, which, how can all this bad stuff be going on if there's a God? And for me, that my personal experience in that was like, it wasn't, oh, how could you let me be like this if you're real? It was like, I just knew he was that close to me.
So good.
So the Friend in the Fire is that kind of being in the fire, not getting pulled out, but that friend coming in it with me and helping me get through it.